Bless your brothers and sisters. Bless close relatives and important friends. Bless people connected with your duties. Bless your enemies or miscreants, if any, with kindness, so that they also change and lead a good life. Let us bless Vedadriyam, be blessed by the divine. Let us bless the World Community Service Center, be blessed by the divine. Let us bless the Temple of Consciousness at Ariyar, be blessed by the divine. Let us bless all the meditation centers around the world, be blessed by the divine. Let us bless all the participants of today's program and their family members, be blessed by the divine. Let us now take the twofold moral oath. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. Now I bless the entire world. Rain may pour on all parts of the world timely and sufficiently. Food grains may grow abundantly to the satisfaction of all living beings. Leaders of all nations may grow spiritually and do good service to humanity. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May there be peace within us. May there be peace around us. May there be peace in the whole world. Peace, peace, peace. We just conclude the meditation. Gently rub your palms and fingers, pass the energy over the face. Raise your hands, take a deep breath, exhaling, bring your hands down. And open your eyes. Dear friends, once again, a warm welcome to all of you for this special program of meditation conducted on Saturdays, where apart from our usual meditation and Kayakalpa, we also invite some senior persons connected with Vedadri Maharshi, our principals, and they have done a lot of social service, spiritual service, to share their thoughts on some important topic. And today we are fortunate to have assistant professor training from Parameshwari Raghuraman from Colorado. Of course, she is not new to our group because she has been kind enough to come once in a while, very often, and share her thoughts on very important subjects. She says that her intellect is with IT, but her heart is with spirituality. A beautiful combination. And she and her husband, they've been doing a lot of spiritual service. She has been conducting programs in Colorado, right from foundation course, Brahmanyanam, introspection classes. She's also conducting classes for kids, Sky Yoga. And even now, recently, they've also started the programs for speakers in Sky Yoga. And today she is going to talk on a very important subject, become an architect of conscious peace. Let us find out what is that conscious and unconscious peace and how we can become an architect of that. Let me now hand it over to Madam now. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Do you hear me, Aya? Is good?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the very nice introduction. I'll share the screen. You able to see, right, Aya?
Yes, yes, ma'am. It's
Okay, thank you.
slides up.
May the divine power and Guru power lead us and guide us in this session. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Yeah. Altruism, the spiritual technology for world peace. Both Saint Valalar and Vedatri Maharishi taught that compassion is not an emotion, it is a cosmic law. When a human being lives only for personal pleasure, conflict naturally arises. When one lives for the welfare of all beings, peace becomes inevitable. Altruism is therefore not moral charity, it is scientific harmony. The core idea, world peace begins with inner peace. This philosophy believes society is a reflection of human consciousness. Change must begin within the individual peace. The peaceful minds create peaceful nations. So why this approach works? No weapons needed, no political domination or no cultural superiority. Instead, emotional intelligence, ethical living, mutual respect. Peace becomes a skill, not a dream. Of course, it should be a dream that should come into vision. But yeah, this is something, a skill that we have to develop. So how in real world, the conflict resolution back in 1990s, how with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and open conversations, forgiveness instead of revenge, this showed that peace can be achieved without a war. So the global problem, the world suffers not from a lack of technology or power, but from a lack of understanding and inner peace. So that's where we see all the little chaos around us. So it all begins inside the human mind. So why survival of the fittest misleads humanity? So modern society often interprets natural selection as meaning only the strongest, richest, or most aggressive deserve to survive. This distorted belief trains humans to compete, dominate, exploit, and this type of thing that how naturally the nature works. So nature does not reward cruelty; it rewards cooperation, bonding, and mutual survival. So human misinterpretation created conflict, how humans took a biological principle and turned into economic exploitation, social hierarchy, or ego-driven competition. And this misunderstanding broke our natural alignment with life. So how Valalar's vision, compassion as divine law, he declared that Jiva Karunyam, Jiva Uyir Irakam, the compassion toward all living beings is the highest form of spirituality. He taught that hunger is the greatest violence, feeding the hungry is the greatest worship. Every life form carries the same divine light. To hurt another being is to hurt the divine itself. For him, a peaceful world could only arise when humans learn to feel the pain of others as their own. Vedatri Maharishi, altruism as biomagnetic science. How it revealed that every thought, emotion, and action produces biomagnetic vibrations that travel through the human nervous system and into society. So these selfish thoughts sometimes create the mental tension, social friction, and collective instability, versus altruistic thoughts create emotional balance, cooperative behavior, social coherence. Thus, altruism is a stabilizing force in human consciousness. How it sows the seed for world peace. It's simply about caring about others as much as how you care about yourself and acting on it. It is not a complex philosophy or a heroic art. It is a daily way of living based on kindness, empathy, and conscious choice. In simple terms, altruism is asking how I can make a life a little easier for someone today. So it's not about just us, it's about thinking about others. So it shows up in small and powerful ways, how you don't interrupt others, forgiving instead of holding anger, feeding someone who is hungry, and choosing gentle words instead of harsh ones. Even Avayar mentioned Kanir Kai Kavan that. So these small actions quietly reshape the emotional climate of the world. So it is not a weakness, it's an inner strength, the ability to rise above ego, fear, and selfishness. So Valalar also taught Jivakarunyam, every living being carries the same divine light, and relieving another's suffering is the highest form of spirituality. Our Maharishi showed that the altruistic thoughts create biomagnetic balance, leading to emotional stability, social cooperation, and collective peace. When one becomes kinder, 10 people feel safer. Those 10 influence 100, and slowly the world becomes calmer. So peace does not come from governments, it comes from millions of ordinary people choosing to care. Altruism is living so that others suffer less because you exist. How we can make an impact in a good way. So role of altruism. It is the engineering principle of conscious peace. When individuals they think beyond personal gain, act with empathy, serve without expecting reward, they stop feeding conflict and start feeding coherence in the world system. Just as cells in a healthy body work for the whole, humans practicing altruism become stabilizing forces in the planetary body. So there are some examples like we all like would have definitely heard about it and came through this. How animals prove altruism is natural. In the wild, survival depends on support, not selfishness. So elephants, how it protected the injured members, wait for the slow, and even mourn their dead. Lone elephant does not survive long, but the herd survives. How wolves hunt as a coordinated unit and share food with the pups and the elders. If only the strongest ate, the pack would collapse. Even the dolphins, how it has been observed, pushing injured dolphins and even humans to the surface so they can breathe. This is pure altruism. How bees and ants, they sacrifice individual life for the colony. The hive survives because individuals give themselves for the whole. So architect, the topic is architect of conscious peace, right? Like how it, what is that? What is the insight about it? So when humans relearn what animals already know, that helping others strengthens the whole system, conflict becomes unnecessary. Altruism is not against nature, it is nature. The strongest species is not the one that fights the most, it is the one that cares for its own. What nature is really selecting? Nature is selecting for empathy, cooperation, trust, group stability. The true law is not survival of the strongest, but survival of the most connected. So, replacing power with cooperation. Power should come from cooperation, not dominance, trust, not the fear, shared humanity, not nationalism. So, global peace councils instead of military expansion, instead of nations racing to build weapons, the architect proposes, which is you and I, international meditation councils, conflict prediction systems using data and psychology, peace negotiations before violence escalates. The goal is to solve problems before even that arises. So how from awareness to world peace? Because it is even in my previous sessions, I always insisted about awareness, which is should be in action. So this muddy water analogy, like if you look at it, the imagine if a glass of muddy water, when it is shaken, the mud spreads everywhere and the water looks unclear. If we stop stirring and let it rest, the muddy water slowly settles on its own. The water becomes clear without force. The mind works the same way. When thoughts, fear, and anger constantly stir the mind, clarity is lost. Through awareness, we stop reacting and begin observing. Stillness allows inner peace to arise naturally. When the mind becomes clear, something more happens. Clarity opens our ability to see others. Care, empathy, and altruism emerge not as an obligation but as a natural response. Peace does not end within one person. A peaceful individual creates calm families. Calm families shape kind communities, and kind communities build a peaceful world. So that's where Maharishi always insisted about individual peace leads to the world peace. So it's not force from outside, it emerges when awareness settles the mind, peace clears it, and altruism allows that clarity to serve others. So how the architect of conscious peace, from thought pollution to conscious design. So how in today's world, like, I just grabbed some details from which I've already discussed in the previous sessions also, how the law of hypnotic rhythm versus the nexus, the aspect of thought pollution, how it spreads, right? The problem and how it spreads, and how the Okinawan lifestyle as the counter model, the solution. So when the hypnotic rhythm, right, it explains how repeated thoughts and habits slowly condition the mind. When negative thoughts, fear, comparison, or anger repeat daily, they don't stay as just thoughts, they become automatic patterns. It becomes the tendencies that which we like just execute throughout our, the life basis. Over time, this creates a thought pollution, a mental environment where unrest feels normal. So the nexus is something, the pollution doesn't stop at the individual, it moves through a nexus to family, media, so workplaces, social systems. One stressed mind influence another. Collective anxiety, greed, or impatience becomes socially accepted. This is how inner unrest scales into a societal conflict. Even with our neutralization of anger, we would have studied about the chain reaction. So this is obviously the same. So Okinawan lifestyle shows the opposite pattern. In Okinawa, daily life emphasizes simplicity, community, purpose, ikigai, slow rhythms, and mindful living. Their environment reinforces calm, balance, and connection, proving that when rhythms are conscious, peaceful, a mind becomes peace, and that becomes the habit. So, architect's role, it's you and me, and our society and our world, all the humanity. They have to like just focus on how the inner rhythms intentionally replacing unconscious repetition with awareness, discipline, and altruism. When individual minds become peaceful, the collective nexus transforms naturally. That's our society, and then the broader spectrum, the world. Peace isn't enforced by rules, it is built through the rhythms we repeat every day. How the kindness, right, the act of kindness that prevents war. So when individuals shift from I must win into we must thrive, the entire structure of civilization changes. Greed loses power, fear dissolves, violence becomes unnecessary. A society built on altruism does not need force to stay peaceful. It remains peaceful by design. We are all designed to be like, align with nature and how we can keep it calm. That is the expectation. So how our inner transformation creates a peaceful world, inspired by Vallalar, our Maharishi, Mahatma Gandhi, who showed the power of non-violence. The architect of conscious peace, not a politician or not a director or not a religious leader, but a global systems thinker. Mission is to redesign how humanity thinks, learns, and makes decisions. So the war don't start on battlefields; they begin in the human mind. So we have to like just nurture our mind to like to keep it with awareness and constant self-awareness, and to like keep it peaceful around us. So rather than ruling people, this should reprogram the systems that shape behavior through education, media, economics, and technology. Every human being is a node in the global network of consciousness. When one person transforms anger into understanding, greed into generosity, and fear into compassion, that transformation quietly spreads through families, communities, and eventually to nations. So this is not imposed, peace is radiated. So why conscious altruism can heal the world today? Because the greatest of problems humanity is facing today is like inequality, environmental destruction, war, and social division all arise from uncontrolled ego, fear, and greed of the human. So no amount of technology or political power can solve these issues, but if the human mind remains the same, conscious altruism offers a different path. It trains individuals to become aware of their thoughts, emotions, and impulses, and to choose compassion over reaction. So it's kind of a react versus response. So this inner discipline transforms how people speak, consume, vote, work, and relate to one another, creating peace not by the force but by alignment. This approach works because it is rooted in human psychology. People mirror the emotional states around them. Universal compassion exists in every culture and religion. So it is scientifically supported. Empathy reduces aggression and increases cooperation. In the corporate world, these are the terminologies we always come across. and with empathy and how the non-violence, it requires no control, punishment, or domination. When millions of people practice conscious altruism, society naturally shifts from the competition to cooperation, from fear to trust, and from conflict to coexistence. So this where peace becomes not a fragile treaty but a human skill. The future of humanity does not depend on who has the strongest army, but who has the wisest heart and kind heart. Right. So the architect's responsibility. So every one of our responsibility. How we can be a architect of conscious peace. How we can monitor our thoughts like an engineer monitors a control panel and refines emotions instead of reacting blindly, choosing actions that reduce suffering rather than create it. Each such individual becomes a pillar of harmony, holding up the global structure. When a human practices Vallalar's compassion and Vedatri Maharishi's self-awareness, they become an architect of conscious peace, someone who reduces suffering wherever they go, radiates harmony into the collective. We talk about collective conscious, but we never realize like we are all one, one and the same, but only with the uniqueness in our different skill sets and all those. So which helps humanity evolve beyond conflict. So one person to one family and society and to the world. The peace scales the same way conflict does, one mind at a time. When enough individuals operate from conscious awareness and altruistic intention, the world does not need to be forced into peace. It naturally settles into harmony. The philosophy of conscious peace. So how is it's a living synthesis of humanity's highest wisdom designed for the modern world. So it brings together with whatever the recap of what we've been like just looking through with the Vallalar's compassion, which teaches that every life carries the same divine light, with Atri Maharishi's self-awareness, which shows that disciplined thoughts create mental and social harmony, Gandhiji's nonviolence, which proves that love is more powerful than force, and modern global responsibility, that is, we individuals and we are together, which recognizes that every action today affects the entire planet. So this philosophy begins with the individual and expands outward. When one person becomes peaceful, their family becomes calmer. When family becomes calmer, communities stabilize. When communities stabilize, nations find balance. Thus, a peaceful world is built not from politics, but from conscious human beings. So the goal is peaceful individuals, peaceful societies, and peaceful planet. Maybe some words are very repetitive, but that is what all about. So real world proof that it works. This is not theory, it already is happening. Mindfulness programs in schools reduce aggression, improve emotional control. Meditation in prison lowers violence and increases rehabilitation. Peace education in communities reduce hatred, trauma, and conflict. These modern results confirm that Vallalar, Vedatri Maharishi, and Gandhiji all taught when the mind changes, the world changes. So it needs to be, I should be the change. So you should be the change, and that should definitely lead us to the right thing. Closing line is conscious peace is not an ideal, it is a human capability waiting to be awakened. So here, how we can just take a baby steps to build a harmonious world, starting from the children, like because when I teach the children, they are like very pure heartedly, they talk act of kindness, how you can care and share, that really inspires. Okay, we have to get back to that state to just rebuild ourselves. Peace begins with small daily practices. Just as a muddy water clears slowly, children learn harmony step by step. Because while teaching them, we definitely recollect our, the innate nature, the kindness and calmness, what we are basically designed of. Pause before reacting. Teach children to stop, breathe, and notice how they feel before acting. Name emotions. Help them say, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel happy. Awareness starts with naming. Practice kindness in small ways, sharing, helping, listening, simple acts build empathy naturally. Understanding impact, show how actions affect others. When I am calm, others feel safe. So repeat daily, small habits, practiced consistently, shape character over time. This is the neuroplasticity, samskar as we call it, like habits shape into the character and character into the destiny. So harmony is not taught in one lesson. It is grown through awareness, peace, and altruism, one child, one moment at a time. So the closing reflection message is true world peace does not begin with governments, treaties, or institutions. It begins with the inner state of each individual. When a person becomes conscious of their thoughts, emotions, and actions, they naturally shift from self-centered survival to altruistic contribution. This inner shift is what turns an ordinary human into an architect of conscious peace. When compassion becomes our nature, peace becomes our destiny. When every human becomes an architect of conscious peace, the earth itself becomes a temple of harmony. Thank you. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. So thanks, Aya. Thanks for the opportunity. Any
Thank
questions?
you very much, madam. It's an excellent speech on the topic. Become an architect of conscious peace. Yes, it is the love and affection, as our Guru Vedadri Maharishi has told us, love and compassion that leads to sympathy and also empathy that will bring a very good change. That is, individual peace brings world peace. That is, it's just the individual peace, just fragrance. The fragrance spreads all over like family peace, then society, states, and like that. And our Guru has told a lot about this love and compassion. Also, you have quoted about Valalas Jiva Karunyam. And yes, definitely. And all this love and compassion will definitely spring within us if only we start doing these exercises and meditation, because this brings peace within us. Our health, body, and mind becomes pure once we start doing these exercises and also meditation. And this will just start spreading to others. A very nice speech, ma'am. Thank you so much. And dear friends, it's discussion time. Anybody who no anyone of us can come? All are welcome to participate in the discussion. Professor Balchandran.
Thank you, madam. It was really a very beautiful expression of what Maharishi and Vedadri Maharishi have been saying. Very nicely you have put it. Swamiji used to say that each one of us should become world peace ambassadors. As you said, you don't require political power for that. You don't require richness for that. It is just the change of your heart that instead of competition, I will start cooperating. The twofold principle I will strictly follow in my life. So if these small things, and right from children, if these are taught, our education system could transform people not as great technocrats, but apart from technocrats, as you said rightly, that my intellect should be for profession, but my heart should be for spirituality and human kindness. If that can be really followed, today we see that the world is in a crossroads. We are finding a lot of difficulties. We are seeing that every day, and we don't know what things are going to happen unless this concept becomes a part of our human nature. I think that is the only solution left, and it's very timely, topical your subject. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
All of us.
return to the nature.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a kindness to your heart. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Friends, it's open. Please come on. You can have your discussions. This very nice topic, love and compassion, sympathy and empathy. Yes, you can just express your feelings, your thoughts, dear friends.
That's the very basic.
Okay, dear friends.
Yeah. Purity in mind and clarity in our actions. So yeah, we all have to just work on that. That will definitely take us to the path of the world peace. Yeah.
Definitely, ma'am. Yes, so let us all come to meditative state, dear participants. Let's bless Parmeshwari Raghuram, ma'am. Professor Parameswari Raghuram be blessed by the divine. Her family be blessed by the divine. Her present and future endures be blessed by the divine. Thank you, dear participants. Yes, sir. Professor Balchandran, can I go on with the announcements?
Yeah, please. I think there is one question in the chat box. You can just read it out and maybe. In a disturbed situation and in a strained relationship, how can we practice altruism? That is the question.
Yeah, like that's where we have to like just keep it calm, right? Try to like do that. That will definitely like take us through. I just mentioned about how, with the purity in our mind and clarity in our actions. So like if you are a Vedatrian person, just try to like take one of your, situation and try to introspect, and then you like just find out like what is something that I should be the change, right? So if you expect something from others, that would definitely be a disappointment. If we work on ours, we will definitely get the clarity that what we need. So I understand that's where the chaos is all around. How we can, I explained about that muddy water example also. So if you allow that to settle by itself, it will definitely like take us through the right thing, the right spark, and right ideas will definitely will take us through. So that's just my thought. Yeah.
That's
Instead
why
of we take a call, we put efforts to, okay, this is going to be resolved by me. That itself is like little things that will pull us down. Just allow it to settle. Nature has the abundance and that energy that it will automatically help us settle with our issues and then make a good progress on the next actions.
Definitely, madam. Yes, that's why our Maharishi has been telling always about this world peace only. So he has been uttering to say world peace and all. Yes, definitely, your speech is a good tonic to all of us to adhere to the things that will bring world peace. And let us hope we all join together in bringing world peace. So, Professor Balchandran, can I proceed with the announcements?
Yeah, I think he's also asking, does meditation help in continuation to what he has asked?
Yes, generally, like that's what I said. If you are a Vedatrian, you will definitely have a good guidance for sure, right? Because in my life, in the last 2 years, I see that amazing difference because I've been a very spiritual bounded, but still I had all the, the setbacks and everything that I have to like just go through. But now this is helping me and like taking me through. So meditation, if you like just sit and close your eyes and like you try the general meditation or maybe the Vedatrian techniques, everything is so designed to like get that individual piece. That's what I want to like just share this as my own experience. Yeah, how I've been like evolved continuously in this process. Yeah, definitely it will help.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. It's the meditation which purifies our thoughts. Once our thoughts are purified, everything is good. That's all. Everything is thought only, isn't it?
Yes. So if your thoughts become pure and your actions become kind, and that's where I brought this altruism because it was so inspired me when I read that, and it like just shapes that society into peace. First individual peace, definitely, right? Then you become calm, harmonious family. That is our next goal. And then if you are calm at your home, and then it will definitely radiate the peace and that aura basically, right? That will make others also like see, it get inspired and they will get influenced, and naturally that will become a collective consciousness, how that will take us through this world peace, how we can be achieving that. And as I said, like it's everyone is a torch bearers of that type of actions. So yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Kiran Mai has congratulated you with giving the clap sound.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So
And
kind.
Mr. Bala Balasundaram has given his comment. Anyone else?
Yeah, he's asking like if the opponent is still adamant not to make up, then what is our strategy? As I just mentioned, like if you expect something from others, it would never take you anywhere. Like let's see what I can do to like make it to better, like smoother ride, not a roller coaster at any time, right? Because we are the impacted in the first place, more than you think about the others. So like if we start working on our thing, like at least to keep it calm, let me try to be like just stay calm. That should be our first principle to even adapt. And then slowly like we can radiate that, so the others will see the difference and they will definitely try to change. So the first step itself, if we like take it like you have to change, that is a negotiation, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, madam. Yes.
Thank
Bharati,
you.
madam, any announcement? And then we can conclude. Yeah.
Once again, I thank you, ma'am, for your excellent speech. And dear participants, I got some announcements to be made. We have foundation course being conducted twice monthly. That starts on 1st and 16th of every month. Also, Kayakalpa course is being conducted on 2nd Sunday of every month. And also, to know more on this Kai Yoga, you can log on to www.kundaliniyoga.edu.in. And dear friends, apart from this speech on Saturday, we have daily meditation classes. That is, morning 6 a.m. and evening 6:30 p.m. sharp. Meditation is being conducted by the professors, followed by thought for the day from the book Blossoms of Life, authored by our Guru. Kindly do participate in meditation also and enjoy the bliss as we are all doing. We would like you to bring more of your friends and relatives also, so that they will all help in bringing world peace. Thank you all, dear friends. And
Thank you, Bhatima.
yes, thank you, ma'am. And so we will meet again next Saturday with another interesting speech on Vedadriyam. Till such time, I am Bharati signing off. Thank you all.
Thank you. Arga Valamada.